Yeah, let me send you a couple more things. So let me send an audio file. So here I'm going to drag an audio file on. Again, what everybody I think is getting is how simple this is. So look, I just dragged that audio file on. Now I'm going to hit the play button, and Tony and I are listening to this music together in real time. And Tony can send me a file.
And he just moved it.
Yeah, he just moved it. That's what I'm saying. And he can start and stop it. He can send me a file, and he will now. And what happens is it creates a playlist. So this is different than just sending someone a playlist. What we're really doing is actually sending the file, and now we each have those files. And you'll notice there's a little picture of a lock on all these files. See the little picture of the lock there? It's right there. That means that we sent this in an unlocked fashion, which means that Tony can keep that file. I'm giving him permission because we're going to work with together. We could send any of these files.
So can you drag files out of the view window and back up to your desktop?
Watch this. I'll do this right now.
So this is a good way for you, if you were working for me and building videos and audio and stuff, to deliver it to me. And you can say, here's the final version. Do you like it? Oh, great. Yeah, I do. Copy it over, and then I can put it up on my server.
You can put it up. And that's why I was saying to you earlier, people have described this as sort of the intersection of IM collaboration and file sharing, because we are actually sending the file, and we're sending it in a very efficient manner. And we've sent files, individual files of up to 2 gigs. We've already tested that without a problem. So there's really no limit to how much you can send. It's all the speed of the network. We don't slow anything down. We don't change the file at all. So this is a PDF file of a PowerPoint.
And of course, you could be using a web browser, so I could still be using Concept Share along with this.
Absolutely. Well, let me show you. I'll show you that in just a second.
Or another video conferencing tool that lets us.
In fact, that's very good. We play well with others. I'll talk about that in just a second. So watch this. This is a PDF, but it's of some of our slides. And look, I'm clicking through it, and you can see it's clicking through that quickly for Tony. And the beauty of it is because we've already sent the file, so all we're sending is a little instruction set.
Now, how much different? Let's say I'm on a DSL at home.
It's going to be just as fast because all I'm sending is about 5K of data to change those slides. Okay. So you'll never have that kind of lag that you have with certain other screen sharing concepts. You know, with screen sharing, you're sending a tremendous amount of data. With Apeer, we send you the file, and then everything, whether it's to play an audio, play a video, zoom in, do this, that happens just like that, and it's always going to be that fast.
Right, but some of these videos, like this video I'm shooting here, is going to be 200 megabytes. If I wanted to share that video with Tony, for instance, and let's say I'm on a DSL line, which isn't that fast, it would maybe take a couple minutes or something like that.
A couple minutes, but
does it show up on its screen that it's downloading a video or
something?
Exactly.
You get a progress bar. You know exactly how long it takes and how long it takes to get to him. Okay. And then as soon as it's there, though, all of those controls for playing will happen just like you're seeing it here, because that's a tiny.
Now, one problem with peer-to-peer servers, and I saw this at Microsoft, is if we're both behind a NAT or a firewall sometimes, it's hard to do a peer-to-peer. How did you guys are you getting around that by using a centralized server?
Well, we are actually sending it through our server, so it isn't a classic peer-to-peer. So I'm actually sending it from here through our server right to Tony. And if there were 5 people on, it would just be routed through the server and get to everybody simultaneously.
Very cool. And so that lets you get around the NAT problem. And
right, and we do have we in
so you're not a
corporate
pure
environments. Right, in certain corporate environments, there are challenges with the firewalls. But the good news is everyone so far that's tried this product and is now buying the product is happy to open up a port for us, so that we have gotten around that problem. And the reason is because they see value. Okay. And that's what we're really all about here, is selling value. What's the value? And the value is this real-time exchange of media files and the ability to be able to talk about them in real time and exchange them freely. So the other thing is, Tony, why don't you send me a file? You know, the one thing we haven't shown is everybody can send a file. He sent me that audio file, but send me a picture file. Because, you know, in work groups, people are constantly exchanging ideas, right?
You can see how it comes in.
Yeah, and with everybody, you get that. So there you go. And that's how quickly it's there. And now, so if someone in a work group was saying, I've got an idea for a picture, and then you can easily just say, hey, I've got an idea. This is what I have in mind. And it really opens up creativity. And that's what people, especially in the creative world and the advertising world so far, have really been responding to.
Yeah.
Let me show you. You asked about using it with a website. Check this out. So this is this is our little screen grab thing. So I've got a website open. This could be anything.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Why don't we try using this one instead?
Oh, go ahead. Watch this. So Tony's going to do it.
So I'm going to go here, grab screen.
Yep.
And I'm going to say grab a region.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, hey, there's a picture I don't have, right? And do I not have? Let me see, blah, blah, blah.
Boom. And look, Robert, I got it right away.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at something on any website, if you're looking at anything on your desktop, so if you had a spreadsheet open, copy and paste it. Word doc, anything. You can grab it, and the person will get it that fast. So again, that's
now,
what.
What about grabbing the whole website, or saying, "Hey, I want you to go to the New York Times website to the specific article," without having to tell you go to the nytimes.com.
Here, watch this. So I got a website open here.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to grab this.
Grab the URL.
Yeah, and then watch this. I'm just going to drop it into Apeer. Tony's got it that fast. Double click.
Yeah.
And there it goes. That's it. So again, that's why we call it instant media. It's one of the reasons we call it instant media, because you're actually experiencing this thing. And as somebody said, it's like a little Twitch. You can just and there's no learning curve. We do a lot of demos online, as you can imagine, and people learn in 30 seconds to a minute. People are sending us files without us telling them anything more than I just drag and drop this file onto Apeer.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to show you was.
Are you getting resistance because of the charging?
Not at all. In fact, what they're doing is here was another way that we approached it. We looked at what is the landscape where collaboration, IAM, and file sharing come together. And in the enterprise, people are paying for any one of a number of those combinations of things. So what they're doing is they're looking at, number one, what they're currently doing and what they're currently paying for that, and they're comparing this service to that, and they're going, gee, this thing is really inexpensive compared to what I'm doing now. It gives me some flexibility. They don't necessarily have to replace what they're doing. They're actually seeing it as a complement. They're adding it to the things that they're currently doing. So that's why this price point, so far, people have, in fact, one guy actually said to us, that's it?
Yeah. And there's a 30-day free trial?
There's a 14-day free trial. 14 days. You can go to our website, actually, and download the product right now and do a 14-day free trial, and then you go into the $14.95 a month. And again, for a single person who has a small business, that's all they really need to reach out to as many guests as they want per month.
This is great for designers. I can see using it, because I know lots of magazines have freelance designers all over the world, and this would be great to work with them.
Exactly. So we'll show you a couple more things here. Yeah. So one of them is a thing called collections. So while we were blabbing there, we put a bunch of these pictures, Tony put a bunch of the pictures right into a collection, and then it becomes an instant slideshow. So I'm just going to click through this collection. These are pictures that Tony just sent us, and it becomes an instant slideshow. And then you can actually drag this collection off onto your desktop and use it for whatever you'd like to use it for. In fact, I'll show you that.
And these can be very high resolution,
absolutely
20 megapixel
as high as you want. And I can actually change the order. So watch this. I'm going to put this guy first, and I'm going to put this guy.
Is there any limit to the file size that you can put in here?
Nope. No. As I said to you, we tested.
So if I'm doing HD video, I can drag it in here, and I just might need to let it run all night long.
Space is the key. Whoever receives it.
Well, disk space and also bandwidth. There's going to be some copy time.
Copy time, but you're exactly right.
If I put a 5 gigabyte picture or a video in here, it'll take some time to copy over to your machine.
That's right. But you can do it, and again, people are using it for the file sharing as well. Exactly, because then it's on the guy's desktop. You know he got it. It didn't go somewhere else. It didn't have to be go through a spam filter. The nice thing about this too is the only people that are on this session are the people that you invited. It's a private conversation. It becomes a private instant network. That's a big part of the story. Let me drag this off, and I'll just show you.
By the way, who are you? Because people are seeing you.
I'm Linda Jackson, VP of Sales at Apeer.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna drag this thing off onto my desktop. Boom! There's that file. There's all those files that we just saw. No problem at all. So if you wanted to save those files, make a photo book out of those files, use them in a magazine in that order, you've got them. That's simple. Drag and drop. That's simple. You can also take folders and drag them onto Apeer and send a whole folder of pictures.
So I was going to say, do you want to pull the Scoble back into?
I certainly can. So Tony just tossed it. So now watch. Now I'm pulling it back on, and now it's not only coming back on, but it's going to send Tony those pictures.
Yeah.
So it's kind of as you can tell, everything we do is really, really simple. So that there's no resistance in terms of the learning curve, and that was very important to us. I think with any new technology, the simplicity is really important, and we weren't aiming it at, there are certain ultra high-end applications that do some of the things that we do, but what we found is that people don't use them because they're very difficult, they're daunting, and what people are telling us is that they want to roll this out across the organization, not just in the creative world.
Now, do you have a site license fee?
We have site licenses that we talk to people about, depending on how many seats there are and all the rest of it. But that's the big plan. The big plan is to begin, as we're beginning now, in the agencies, and then watch it spread. And there's a great viral component to this, because once people see it, they go,